Hey Taurus, welcome to Social Dragonfly Tarot. My name is Eddie, if you don't know already. So this is going to be a timeless general reading for the sign of Taurus. So what I'll be doing is I'll be pulling a spread for your spiritual etheric energies, and then we'll look at your love life for single or couple Tauruses, and we'll also do some money and career and finance messages. And I will also pull from the Book of Answers for a yes or no question at the end. So think of your yes or no question, hold that in your mind, and I will pull for a yes or no question at the end. Okay, so for your spiritual etheric energies, the first thing that I'm getting is that you are in the middle of this chaotic energy. Okay, the chaos could be within you, or you could feel like everything around you is chaotic at this time. All right, and this is causing you to, I don't know if you're like second guessing yourself, second guessing your intuition, allowing your ego to kind of take over, maybe keeping you from making the decisions that you know are right for you. Okay, at this point in time, you might benefit from letting out any of that energy, letting out any of that steam, dancing, singing, doing anything creative at this time, really moving your body. Okay. I feel like there's a lot of frustration around you right now. Okay. I feel like there's some of you, I'm definitely picking up on the energy of like someone here might say something without thinking about it. Okay. So just maybe you want to slow down a little bit and breathe before you like practice the pause or whatever the fuck. Breathe before you say something, because I feel like you might say something that you don't mean. I do feel like there's an energy that I'm getting here of someone who I'm seeing someone who you're thinking about quitting your job. Okay, I'm talking to someone who has like light colored or blonde hair. If you're thinking about quitting your job or you're thinking about leaving a situation, Spirit wants you to stay. Okay, they want you to stay and stick it out, because there's going to be some sort of news that's coming that's going to shift the energy that you're in. You're wanting to give up on something. I feel like you're wanting to throw in the towel on something, but they don't want you to give in. Okay. I definitely feel like there's something, if you're not experiencing this storm energy or this cosmic storm, whatever this is, this chaotic energy, I feel like you will be experiencing it sometime soon. Some of you guys, Spirit wants you to know that it's really important for you to save money right now. Okay. Either cut back on your spending, or, just make sure that you are not spending your money unless you absolutely need to. Okay. Some of you here are really finding some solace in and really a healing energy in connecting with animals at this time. So that could be really important for you. If you have a pet or something like that, make sure you're loving on them, connecting with them, spending time with them. Okay. Somebody needs to make sure they walk their dog. Others of you, I'm feeling like this energy of, you feel bombarded with fucking obstacles. You're just like, God damn, like when is it ever going to fucking end? And you kind of feel like you feel this energy of like being in a whirlwind, okay, of just chaos and situations and energies and things that you absolutely cannot fucking understand or control. The fact of the matter is, you're being called right now to keep your focus on the light, keep your focus on what exactly is, like some of you might be going through like a dark night of the soul or something right now. Keep your focus on the most important things right now. Minimalism might be important to you right now. Okay. There's a calling for you to accept where you are and choose to have a change of perspective and find the beauty in things in this life right now, which can be extremely hard for you to do if you feel like everything is fucking falling apart. Spirit right now wants you to focus on the fact that everything right now that's happening in your life is in divine alignment, no matter how shitty it seems. No matter how shitty it seems. Okay. You're being called to, like, it's your ego is going to want to control everything, and you're being called to let go of that control a little bit and just kind of release the control and accept where you're at as far as all of this, these obstacles and everything. Because here's the thing, out of this type of cosmic spiritual storm energy, right? It's kind of like the Tower card. After the Tower card, usually all of the illusion and all of the falseness is all stripped away. Okay. And you're able to build on something more solid. And after the Tower comes the healing. So if you feel like everything's falling apart, I'm getting the energy, Taurus, of like you wanting to hold everything together, because everything just seems so fucking chaotic around you. Like things might be falling apart. This chaos might even be within. And I'm feeling a sense of you like gripping really, really tightly, gripping really, 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 like really tightly. And they want you to just release and allow, okay? Because whenever you're in that energy of gripping really tightly, wanting to control everything for by means of like a sense of control, like to try to prepare yourself for another blow or waiting for the next shoe to drop or whatever. What that does is it actually, when you try to control everything, it actually makes it worse. It actually makes you feel more out of control. So at the bottom of the deck, as I was shuffling, I got this perfection of your life card. Okay. And this is really about, I'm going to read it, but this is really about everything feeling completely out of control, but it all being coming together for a divinely orchestrated higher purpose. Okay. Everything will be perfected and it will make perfect sense later on. And really the divine just wants you to trust right now. You're being called to trust and have faith in the things that may not make sense to you right now. And that can be really hard to do. Okay. It says the perfection of your life. It says, have you ever seen a storm pictured from above? It can appear to be so beautiful and elegant. This is certainly different to the ground view, which can be quite a violent experience. So too, there is great beauty in your life now. However, at this point in the natural process, you may be experiencing it as anxiety inducing rather than beautiful. You may sense it as internal chaos. You may feel it as something that is waiting to erupt from within, as a restlessness or an anxiety that you cannot quite articulate, but sense vaguely nonetheless. Perhaps the chaos is fully fledged and a person or a situation in your life is causing all kinds of havoc, upheaval, or change and uncertainty in your world. Whether the chaos seems subtle, strong, internal, or external, this oracle brings the same message for you. All is unfolding according to a perfect higher order, which is exactly what I was just saying. You are currently enduring a cosmic storm which is having an impact on you. It is clearing things out, ruffling feathers, and preparing you for that lovely, super fresh, uplifting feeling that one experiences after the storm has finally passed. If you have drawn the oracle of after the storm as well, this message is amplified for you. Even if you have not chosen that card but feel intuitively drawn to read the message for it after the healing process below, you are encouraged to do so. If you cannot, which I'm not going to read it, if you cannot believe there is anything happening, even at a subtle level, because you feel stuck, denied, bored, thwarted, or stale, this oracle brings you a message also. No matter what appears to be, in truth, there is only unfolding creative genius of the universe. You are not forgotten. You have not been looked over. You have not been denied, found wanting, or rejected as unworthy. The storm that needs to erupt is within your own heart. Do your liberating rain dance. Rage, weep, pray, dance, paint, or sing. Express whatever is needed, however is needed, to exercise the blocked energy in your heart. Then you will call on the powerful perfection of your life path as it aligns for the next creative turn of the spiral of life. Once again, you will trust and directly experience the flower of life unfolding within you and around you. Okay, so Taurus, I'm feeling like spiritually there's been an energy of you denying yourself or feeling like you have been denied, okay? Spirit's not denying you of anything. The fact of the matter is there's a heart opening, right? Or a heart clearing that's taking place right now. There are energies of you knowing innately what is right for you spiritually and on your spiritual path. But I feel like there's a sense of fear of either being rejected or not accepted, where you are not allowing yourself to take whatever path or have whatever truth or indulge in whatever practice or whatever this is. There's a sense of like almost feeling like you need to gaslight yourself because you're unsure, right? This inner knowing, hey, Mary J, how are you? This inner knowing that you have, okay, that will be developed within you is going to come after you stop letting the outside or any outside influences change you or have any effect on what decisions that you're making, okay? And so I did have one of these cards while I was pre-shuffling fall out. Okay. It's a self-sabotage card. It says, when you learn to get out of your own way, there will be no stopping you. Most of the time, it's not others who prevent you from achieving your true goals. It's that inner voice that derails those carefully woven plans. See, you know exactly what you need to do. You know exactly the moves that you need to make. And spiritually, I feel like this could be any type of outmoded belief system or programming or outdated beliefs, or maybe this is something that the path that you feel that you're called to is rather unconventional. Okay, it's different than what your family had in mind for you, or whatever the practices were that your family had, or whatever path that you're feeling guided to take. Maybe you feel like you won't be accepted if you are becoming your true self, if you allow yourself to be fully out there, okay, and trust your own self. For some of you, I'm feeling like there's an energy of like you feel like someone would know better than you. So you go and consult like the psychic or the tarot reader. And I mean, like, I'm a tarot reader, but you know, ultimately it's my job to push you back to your relationship with source. Okay. God, source, spirit, universal energies, whatever you believe in. And there's like an energy here where I feel like some of you guys are like gaslighting yourself. Your intuition tells you one thing, and then you're like, well, so and so would say XYZ, or this psychic or this person, this tarot reader said this, this, and this. So I'm just going to go with what they said. Okay. That is actually sabotaging you in your spiritual journey. Okay, Taurus. So you are in an energy where you're learning to trust yourself a lot more than you ever have. You're learning to go with that first gut instinct, because the fact of the matter is you've had some obstacles come your way, regardless of whether or not they had to do with the choices that you had made up until this point. Okay. You had some obstacles come your way, right? That could have put you in a place where you felt completely out of control of your own life or your relationships or whatever this is, this chaotic energy. And spirit is calling you to be that calm in the eye of the storm. You are the eye of the storm, Taurus. That's what I'm getting here spiritually. You are the eye of the storm. You are the calm, right? You are at the center of your own universe, okay? And I don't mean that in a selfishness or ego type of way, but spirit is calling for you to come back to yourself. Maybe you could benefit from some time alone here, Taurus, because, this is really about you not claiming to be like a victim anymore to anything that's happening outside of you, or, oh my God, I listened to that person, or I took their advice, or I did exactly what this other person did, and why don't I have the same results, or whatever. This is about you doing what source, and letting source flow through you, and doing what spirit has called you to do. Okay. Because I do feel an energy of like, maybe you feel like whatever you are, whatever you're on, okay, whatever choice that you need to make, whatever path you need to take, you're feeling like it's not going to be accepted. You're feeling like, you don't want to go with your gut instinct because the rest of the crowd over here is doing XYZ. But the fact of the matter is, Taurus, you were meant to stand out for a reason. You were meant to be original. Okay. You are a fixed sign. So, I know that like typically like you might have some Aquarius in your chart or something like that. I know like a lot of people say that Aquarius energy is the ones that are like the weirdos that are like out there and completely different and daring to be different, but you're being called to step into that type of energy. Okay. Somebody here has some Aquarius in their chart. Okay. It could be your moon sign. It could be your rising sign. But if that's you, like seriously, you are being called to step out of your comfort zone and allow and trust yourself for once. Like just because everybody is going left doesn't mean you have to go left. Okay. If your intuition is saying to go right, then go right. You're learning to trust yourself, Taurus, and you're learning to trust source. In pain. I had knee surgery yesterday. Oh, I wish you rapid healing. Recovering from surgery is really hard, Mary J. Thank you for being here. There's also some energies here coming up where some of you guys, this is a past life marker that I'm getting. Okay. So I'm getting that you guys you may be put in a situation that feels like if you're having deja vu or something, you're put in a situation where it feels like you've been there before, you've done something before, okay? This is an energy of there's some aspect of your past life or some karmic lesson where you had to make a decision. In the past life, you didn't make the decision that you really should have. And this time, you're being called to make that right decision. This is like a test. And I feel like you passed the test. I feel like you did make one decision, Taurus, that really set you on the right path, but everything started to fall apart and your life became chaotic as soon as you made that choice. If that's you, then this is your confirmation you did make the right choice. The reason why your life became chaotic after you made this choice and you followed your own intuition intuition, okay? Followed your own path for healing, cut off that person, left that job, started that new job, took that opportunity, whatever it was. The reason why everything seemed to fall apart after you made that decision is because of the simple fact, okay, that all of the foundations that you had built up, where you were listening to everyone else, where you were thinking about what other people are thinking, where you were doing what other people would approve of, okay, all of that started to fall apart. You caused a massive energy shift because of you passing this test with this past life marker. So when I say past life marker, I mean like there's some sort of situation that came up that you dealt with in a past life, and it was a lesson that you learned karmically, okay? Mary J says, I approve this message. And so what happened is you gave an opportunity to prove yourself that you have expanded your consciousness enough and learned this lesson this time. You learned it this time. So you got really clear on something. And I think it scared the shit out of you after you made that decision, because you were like, oh my God, this is really unfamiliar. Everything seemed to fall apart around me. And maybe you didn't get the approval that you wanted. Maybe people started disapproving of you, whatever the case may be. However this chaos manifested for you, think of it as a clearing. Think of it as a freshening. After this storm settles, you are going to feel so refreshed, Taurus, brand new. Okay. You are going to feel so confident in your new self. You just have to take some time to getting used to. Okay. You have to trust yourself, and you're learning to trust yourself. Okay. Because the fact of the matter is, all of the shit that you've been through, you have proven to yourself, like fuck proven to everyone else. You have proven to your fucking self that you can come out stronger on the other side. These experiences, even if you felt like you made mistakes, have made you stronger. They have turned you into the person that you know that you need to be. Some of you are really, I feel like you're reading books. I see someone here who's reading books or listening to podcasts, okay? And I feel like you're wanting to go that route. You're wanting to change your diet. You're wanting to change your lifestyle somehow. You're wanting to change your spiritual practices. Like somebody, you could be converting or something spiritually, but I feel like you don't want to come out with that. I feel like you will eventually, okay? This is just about learning not to, self-sabotage and get out of your own way with that, okay? Others of you, this is just about learning to accept that because of these messages, okay, I said messages, that's a Freudian slip. Because of these messages that you've been getting, if you've been denying them, you're only going to have more chaos. You're only going to have more chaos. But because of all of this chaos that you've been through, you're going to have so much wisdom from this. Okay. And I'm seeing the Queen of Swords. You're going to have so much wisdom come from this. You're going to come out of this with so much knowledge. Okay. And here's the thing. The healing, what that does is it takes the emotional charge off of the memories of the past. So that way, when you think back about whatever you've been through, you're not sitting here reliving the past all over again. That's another thing. Some of you guys have been reliving your past, is what I'm feeling. And I think there's going to be some clarity that's going to come. I don't know if you're going to try some sort of new therapy or healing or something like that, or you're going to read something because you're going to be exposed to some sort of information that shifts it. But you're going to realize that, once the emotional charge gets taken off of whatever it was that you went through, all that's going to be left is wisdom. Okay, let's see. We have judgment. I understand that everyone has their own unique paths and challenges. See, there's that energy of like, some of you guys have been comparing your path, right? Or what you've been going through to what someone else has been going through. It's like, there needs to be a focus on trusting that your life and your path is unique to you, okay? And you don't have to compare that, right? Because you do a disservice to yourself when you start comparing yourself to others in any way, shape, or form. When things come up, don't judge it, right? When emotions come up, I feel like some of you guys judge yourself harshly for the emotions that you feel as well. And that's another thing too. Whenever these emotions come up, you can sit back and be an observer of them. And I think you're learning that. You can sit back and be an observer of them, and you can try to figure out what wisdom you can gain from those emotions, and you don't have to let them, consume you. You are not your emotions. If you feel anger, if you feel hatred, you don't have to beat yourself up for that, right? Whatever you're feeling, emotions are energy and motion. So allow it to come, sit in it, allow it to be, and allow it to pass on through. I'm learning to trust my instincts. Absolutely, Mary J. Then we have love. I commit to the practice of seeing the good in all things. So all of this shitstorm that you're going through, you will eventually, if you commit to it, if you are like, you know what I do? I say, thank you, Spirit, in advance for whatever the fuck I'm trying to manifest. Like, let's say, for example, I'm having a technical issue or something like that with, my laptop or whatever. I will sit here and I will say, thank you, Spirit, so much for helping me figure this out. And I'll say it in the past tense like it's already happened. Okay. And then I'll go back to trying to figure it out. And then Spirit helps me figure it out. So if you are stuck, if you're feeling like you're overwhelmed in this chaos and you cannot find a fucking answer to something, get in your heart space. And really, the heart space is being highlighted here again. Get in your heart space, okay, and say, thank you, Spirit, for getting me out of this stuck, stagnant, rejected energy. Thank you, Spirit, for showing me that I'm not rejected. Thank you, Spirit, for showing me that there are many, many good things that are going to come out of this. Thank you, Spirit, for showing me the good and the lessons that have come out of this. Thank you, Spirit. Sit there and do that and wait until you really feel it in your heart space. Then let it go and go on about your day. It is one of the most powerful things. Yes, Mary J. It is one of the most powerful things. I swear that right there alone is a prayer. That's practicing the quantum law of attraction. I feel like you're learning that. Also, when it comes to the heart space, some of you guys here you're ignoring what's in your heart. I feel like some of you guys have done a lot of work on your lower three chakras. You're moving up, and that's where the Christ consciousness lies, okay? Is the heart space. Right? That's where the unconditional love is. It's the 5D. It's the chakras equate to different levels of consciousness, different dimensions, if you will. Okay. You can't really get to that place where you can fully trust your intuition, right? Your third eye, if you don't go through your heart first. If you're lying to yourself, if you're denying what's in your heart, okay, you're not going to really be able to trust your intuition fully. And I feel like you guys are recognizing that. Okay. What else? Let me pull one of these. I'm going to pull one of these, and then I'm going to pull you an angel number card, and then we are going to move forward. My readings were way too fucking long that I did last week. Thank you guys for your patience. I lost my fucking voice. After I got off Aries reading, I had no fucking voice, y'all. I was like whispering and squeaking when I would try to talk. So I was like, can't go live. But after I do this reading, I am going to go live and do a free reading live. So for sure, I'm going to be going live and do a free reading live. So, okay. What else do you have for Taurus, please? Okay, we have take a moment. It says stop. Now is not the time to rush into the decisions you are about to make. Before this important decision is made, take a moment to pause and quiet your mind so that you can ask your soul for guidance before you act or move forward. Like I said, if you're thinking about quitting a job or ending a relationship or doing something, okay, they want you to stop for a second and really listen to your intuition. Don't just do something because your grandma gave you advice and said, well, I think this is what you should do, or let your ego, when you're in the thick of your emotions, feeling rejected or whatever, make you make a decision quickly. There is a need to slow down. They want you to slow down. They want you to slow down right now. They want you to take a moment right now. Okay. See these butterflies on her head? Okay. Butterflies are a representation of transformation and change. Okay. So before you make a change, see that light coming into her head, you want to connect to source and you want to figure out exactly what you need to do. See, look, she's got her eyes closed too. She's looking inward. She's taking a moment and she's connecting to source with that light coming in her head, right? Opening up her crown, opening up her third eye. She's taking a second, closing her eyes and looking inward for guidance. She's not looking outside of herself. Grandma don't know everything. That's right, Mary J. And see, that's the thing. Your grandma may have a lot of beautiful life experience and beautiful advice. But the fact of the matter is grandma's life ain't your life, baby. Grandma's path ain't your path. Okay. And I'm just saying grandma, someone outside of you is not going to be able to see things from your unique perspective. They're not going to have your intuitive downloads. Okay. We also have ground yourself. Ground yourself. Being distracted, unfocused, tired, irritated, or impatient are all signs that you're ungrounded. Now is the time to become centered and allow Spirit to help you ground yourself and reconnect with divine source. That's why I was picking up earlier that some of y'all might need to pet an animal or something like that. Go to a fucking, I don't know, go to a petting zoo or go out in nature. Birds could be significant for someone. Okay. Someone needs to go get a tattoo. That's the one thing I'm definitely feeling like you should act on. Don't just listen to me, but There's something therapeutic for you about getting tattoos that I'm seeing here. And then at the bottom of this deck was intuitive nudges. So, yeah, but you have to get grounded and you have to center yourself. I feel like if you're always up in your head, that's where the confusion is going to go, especially if you're operating off of doing things because, you think that either it'll be accepted or whatever. Okay. I definitely see if you've got some sort of like, I see you taking, like I said, I see you educating yourself in such a way where you might be looking at, reading books or doing some sort of like spiritual research or something like that, or you're in an information gathering stage or something, but you're taking your own personal life experiences and you're combining it with that before you put a plan into action to actually take action. Okay. That is where it's at right now for you, Taurus. You can take the experiences of someone else. You can read the books, you can do all that, and that is worth a lot. But if you are not paying attention to your own personal experiences, then you're not really going to make the decision that works best for you. Okay, let me pull one of these, and then I'm going to pull an angel numbers card. Lots of Neptunian energy here, and that could be where the confusion is coming from. Okay, this Neptune this Saturn and Pisces energy could be really important for you. Okay, I'm just getting an Aquarius rising. Somebody's an Aquarius rising. Okay, so we have a couple of them come out, so I'm going to take all of them. Okay, so we have the law of perfect health. Listen to the divine guidance within your body. Yeah, so some of you could be working on healing yourself. Mary J said you're healing from a surgery. Listen to the divine guidance within your body. So yeah, if you're thinking about moving or doing something or changing your health, I picked that up a second ago. Somebody's thinking about some sort of diet change or something like that, but maybe the rest of the people in your family or your household are not into that. There's a spiritual reason why you're guided to do that. Like, fuck what everybody else thinks, right? I feel like with the self-sabotage, just be careful. Like, I feel like you think you may not have the willpower to do this or carry out whatever this is, but you do. That's the thing, is you just need to remain grounded. If you're making decisions, like, this is just an example, this can apply anywhere really, but if you're making decisions on like your diet or something like that, whenever you're extremely hungry and you're irritated and you're like, fuck it, I'm just going to eat a bowl of fucking cereal, even though I'm not eating sugar or whatever, because you're ungrounded. You're making that decision whenever you need to take a second and calm yourself down. Okay. So that's where the self-sabotage energy comes from. It comes from being ungrounded. Some of you guys might be using something like that to ground yourself. Okay. I have no problem with anybody drinking or smoking weed. I do not judge. I'm not even saying anything like that, but I'm saying we do tend to reach out for things like alcohol and sex and food and smoking some weed. We light up that blunt. We do whatever because we feel like we crave that energy of being grounded. Okay. But really those things, those substances outside of you, those things give you a false sense of grounding. If you end up connecting to Gaia, if you take a moment, connect to your breath, okay, do some breathing exercises. Dr. Sue Morter has a lot of good information like that in her books that she put out. That is going to be a sense of grounding where you can get that energy, cultivate that energy within you and carry it with you, okay? You don't have to depend on something outside of you, okay? Okay, so we have the law of correlation. Witness the boomerang effect of your beliefs and actions, right? So if you're not believing that you can stick to this new diet, if you're not believing that you have the, that you have the ability to intuit and make decisions for yourself, you're not going to be able to. That will be reflected back to you. Okay. If you're not believing in yourself, that'll be reflected back to you in your outer world. There's going to be other people who are not going to believe in you either. I stopped drinking sodas. That's a hard thing to do, Mary J. Yeah. And that's something that, it can be really hard to do, to make those changes. Okay. But they're talking about an energy of self-sabotage here. Okay. They're reminding me of the 4 agreements. The first agreement where it says be impeccable with your word. Okay. Because we do also have the law of attraction, embody the highest version of yourself. So you can easily sabotage yourself in an instant by speaking negatively about yourself. Okay. And you put that energy out there and it's going to come back super fast. It's going to be reflected back to you. So with the law of attraction, do some studying on that. Like, go and watch some Dr. Joe Dispenza interviews or whatever. Like, if you're not wanting to fucking read the books, if you're not a reader like I am, I like to read, I love audiobooks too. But if you're not that type of person, go on YouTube and look that shit up. Look up some Alan Watts lectures, or look up the 12 universal laws, or, study the 7 hermetic principles, or whatever this is that you need to do. Educate yourself on the law of attraction, because once you start to become more connected to that energy within you, and you become more aware of what you're putting out and cognizant of what you're putting out, you're going to empower yourself. There's going to be a massive shift. And I feel like some of you guys are being pushed into that energy because of the chaos that you feel like you're experiencing right now. Okay. Let's get an angel number card. Ooh. Some of y'all, I split the deck and I saw 777. Some of you guys may be seeing 777 a lot, or repeating sevens. Okay. 2s as well. We have 1, 2, 3 and 888. 1, 2, 3 and 888. So 1, 2, 3 is about vision. Your path will not look identical to anyone else's. Bitch, what did I just say? Like, bro, you cannot make this shit up, homie. Like, you cannot make this shit up. Your path will not look identical to anyone else's. That is what makes you unique. 2s and 5s for you. Remember that as you stay the path that feels connected, the path will continue to lead you into alignment. Let your vision be as different as you are. You are called to be unique. You are called to be different. Okay? How you handle and how you walk out of this storm is going to be completely different to how the people around you are doing. You are, I don't know what this is. I don't know what this is. Okay. But somebody here is is being called into a completely different path. I don't care if it's, I do care, but it could be something like, it's going to manifest different for everybody. Okay. It could be that everybody else around you, your entire fucking family, they don't believe in spiritual stuff. They think it's all spiritual woo-woo bullshit. And they believe that whatever your health issue is, you need to go to the doctor and get medicine from Western medicine instead of focusing on doing the healing techniques like Dr. Sue Morter or Dr. Joe Dispenza. Okay. But if you feel guided to do that, then that's your path that's unique to you. I don't care if it's a diet change that everyone else around you is saying that you're, a woo-woo, you think you're better than everyone else, they're judging you, whatever, that they don't approve of. You are being called to make that choice. Okay. Your path is not the same as everyone else's. Embrace the uniqueness of your path. My path is mine. The affirmation is, my path is mine and mine alone. When I follow my path in alignment, alignment naturally comes. They don't believe, but they ask a million questions. Well, that's because they're curious. And you know what? Taurus, if you take the initiative, that's what I'm seeing. If you're taking the initiative to be your true and authentic self, okay, that paves a way and holds space for other people to do the same thing around you. You are meant to be a trendsetter. You are meant to be unique. You are meant to step out on a path that everyone else around you might think you are fucking crazy for stepping out on. Okay. But they want you to stay put right now. There's some aspect of, they want you to stay put right now. They don't want you to make any rash decisions, because the decisions that you're making, you're not seeing clearly. Okay. 888, which is abundance and karma. Blessings are here and more are on the way. Let yourself feel the abundant flow of prosperity that is all around you. As you stand in your highest self, you attract all that you once were seeking. Yes. And that is exactly what this law of attraction card says. It says, embody the highest version of yourself. The highest version of yourself is not going to be the version of you that does things based on what other people think, Taurus. Okay. It says, giving is always the doorway to success. The affirmation is, the more good I do in the world, the more abundant my life grows. I radiate an energy of loving kindness. So that's beautiful energy, like beautiful energy. There's like, Taurus, after whatever this is that you're going through, after you go through this, you're going to be able to find light in the darkest of days, because of what it is that you're going to be coming out of here. Or, if you haven't gotten in the storm energy yet, you will be. Okay. You're going to be shedding a light on the path for others. Like, this is trailblazing energy, spiritual trailblazer. Okay. Let's get some general messages here. Mary J, aren't you a Taurus? I thought you were. Taurus, this is big. Like, yeah. Okay, this is perfect timing then. Yeah, this is big energy. Like, you got to be brave right now. You got to be brave right now, Taurus. Okay, general messages, please. Okay, we have embarrassment. So I'm going to pull on what that is. And fairy tale at the bottom of the deck. So I don't know if there's something that just did not turn out the way that you thought it was going to fucking turn out. Okay. I don't know if this is like, I'm getting this could be like with a relationship, or some of you, it's not a relationship. Some of you, this is a business. Ooh. Let me tell you something about embarrassment. Let me tell you something, Taurus. When it comes to me and my path and what I do, like I'll tell you, I was going to start a blog when I first, I think it was like 4 or 5 fucking years ago. I got excited about starting a blog and then I just couldn't keep up with it. It wasn't something I wanted to fucking do. Like I was going to start a blog about like, I was trying to write about like tarot cards and like the meanings of the cards and stuff like that. But I just didn't stick with it and I ended up giving up on it. Like there's several things that, you know, I could also be embarrassed about. I was not always this type of person, Taurus. Okay, this perfectly ties in. I'm going to story time. Okay, Taurus, so let me just tell you. I used to be a type of person who is very, very insecure. Very insecure. I would do things based on what other people would think. I was very promiscuous. Okay. I let people, I used to be a drug addict. I've literally been a prostitute. I've done all kinds of fucking things. And there are people that look at me where I'm at now and they're like, look at this, look at that bitch. You know, she'll be nothing but a whore. You know, how dare her try to say that she's like a spiritual healer. She thinks she's so cool because she thinks she's enlightened. And like people talk so much shit about me because they judge me based on the mistakes that I've made. And I'll tell you what, I will always be proud of myself. And I'm not going to let anybody make me feel ashamed or make me feel guilty or make me feel any type of way negatively about myself because of the decisions that I made in the past. I'm stronger for it. I'm wiser for it. And I wouldn't be able to help half the fucking people that I help with my personal readings and stuff if I hadn't had that raw life experience on a personal level. It made me able to empathize with people. If I didn't go through those things, I wouldn't be the powerful healer person that I am. Like I'm a very deep spiritual person. And that spiritual depth came from years of being shallow and learning karmic lessons. And I'll be damned if I let anybody's judgment or jealousy or their attempts at trying to bring me down make me feel ashamed of myself at all. That makes everything that I went through worth nothing. So I would never, ever, ever allow anybody to with their opinions and when people try to do that, Taurus, okay, because I feel like you have a story, Taurus, and I don't always talk about myself in readings and stuff like that. I only talk about myself when it's relevant, okay? And I felt like being vulnerable and being transparent on that aspect of this connects to the energy that you're in, okay? You have gone through some massive things, okay, Taurus? It made you who you were, and you are not your past. It helped you learn those karmic lessons. You built yourself up from scratch. Don't let anybody in their opinions of you and their projection of their insecurity and low self-esteem, they're going to try and project that onto you. Don't let that keep you trying to be someone who you know you're not just to make other people happy. Man, oh, thank you, Mary J. Thank you, Mary J. Yeah, and it takes confidence. I wasn't, people look at me like people laugh at me. I mean, I've been doing this for what, like 5 years now? But I had children, you know what I mean? I had babies and I had other things that I couldn't devote every day to this. I homeschooled my kids through COVID. That took a lot of time while I was pregnant, and then I gave birth. I wasn't able to, you know, people talk about how, you know, I'm just going to fail. My own mother doesn't believe in me, right? My mom's a narcissist. She told me that I would never fucking make it doing this tarot thing. But I don't give up. I do this because I love it. I don't come on here for people to love me. I don't care about how many subscribers I have because I know that what I've been through, I can help other people. I do this because I know that it's my spiritual path. So fuck what everyone else thinks of me. Yeah, I used to be the girl who was drunk at the party. I used to be the bitch who would, you know, whatever. But that doesn't mean that that's who I am now. Do not let embarrassment. Yeah, see, you have something solid and stable to offer, this King of Pentacles. Okay. Taurus, I feel like some of you, well, I love you and there's nothing you can do about it. Thank you, Mary J. So with this King of Pentacles, I'm feeling like there was something that you tried in the Sun in reverse. I feel like there was something that you tried to do that was creative, or financial, something tangible that you tried to do. And it's like you feel like you didn't get to the high status or whatever. Maybe this is some sort of business or enterprise or something like that. This could simply be a financial matter or something like that. And you feel like it just did not fucking turn out the way that you wanted to. It didn't blow up the way that you wanted it to. And you might be embarrassed about that. What's the Sun in reverse? Whatever this was, you could have lost enthusiasm. Yeah, as I say that, you lost enthusiasm, you lost motivation, you lost drive, you feel like you failed. This could have been some sort of internet thing. Internet business or something like that. Some of you guys, it was like something tangible, like a shop. Yeah. And you're feeling like it just didn't work out. Others of you, you're feeling like whatever your sense of worth comes from your money or your stability. But you can be as stable as you want and want for nothing and still feel like a failure. There's some aspect of you that feels like a failure here. Because I feel like whatever you were doing, you were holding yourself to unrealistic expectations for, I don't know if this is like, some of you have a program where growing up, a parent or some sort of caregiver or something like that, they had unrealistic expectations of you, okay? Or they made it seem like you had to earn their love, had to earn their affection. So I feel like you're disapproving of yourself because something didn't turn out the way that you wanted it to, or the way that you thought it did. Don't ever allow anyone to make you feel embarrassed for anything you've gone through. Look at it as a learning opportunity. I was doing work on my mom's house so I could move into it. I do feel like I failed. Well, it's just a learning opportunity. I mean, seriously. Something like that. I mean, there are people who go to school for things like that. You know what I mean? You have the haystack. Karma. You will reap what you have sown. You will reap what you have sown. Tell me about that. Tell me about you will reap what you have sown for Taurus, please. I don't really like using this deck. I need to stop using it. So the Hanged Man, this is about feeling stuck or feeling confined, okay? Feeling limited. Maybe you feel like you had a lack of direction here. You've sacrificed a lot. Okay, what I'm getting is you've sacrificed a lot for others, and I feel like you will be repaid for that. Yeah, but you have a fear of moving forward. All right. So, yep, you don't want to move forward. Okay. So there's some aspect of this where you are being called. Like I said, you're being called to go on this new path. Okay. Spiritual guidance, protection from harm. You're being called to go somewhere different. And it is exciting. You get excited when you think about it, but the fear is what holds you back. The fear is what holds you back. Okay. Yeah, Six of Wands in the reverse. Fearing how you will really be received by everyone else. Maybe feeling like you're going to be made fun of or something like that. This is repeating a pattern. I feel like Spirit is going to show you by means of, what did I say with the past life marker showing up, okay? Spirit will be showing you. You'll be able to see things from a different perspective. And I can't say it'll be gentle, okay? You're going to be shown these deep subconscious patterns that are repeating themselves in your life, and you're going to be given a way out. You're going to be given a way out, but you're going to have to look. What is this? Heart chakra. The changes that need to be made, you already know in your heart, and you're seeing it from a different perspective. And if you aren't paying attention, like spirit, okay, you can either heal on a whisper or you can heal on a bitch slap. And whenever I say that, I mean, you can heal when spirit tells you, whenever that little voice inside you says, hey, we need to change this. Spirit's telling you, hey, we need to change this. If you don't listen, spirit will say, hey, we need to change this. And if you don't listen, spirit will say, hey, we need to change this. And then before you know it, if you're still denying it, spirit will say, hey, and they'll bitch slap you. And it'll be in the means of spirit sitting that ass down, where if you don't choose to learn the karmic lesson, okay, then you're going to have to, it's going to be a change that you can't resist. Like, I feel like you're grasping to some sort of way of thinking or something like that. And I feel like it has to do with rejection, okay? I feel like you didn't have support. You didn't have support. The confusion is going to fade away, though, once you stop letting these people interfere with you and your decisions. Yeah, you're going to have an opportunity. A doorway is going to open for you to get out of this. But this is about healing karmic patterns. Healing karmic patterns, healing ancestral patterns. I feel like my family wants me to fail. Yeah. So I feel like that's because of they're projecting their own bullshit onto you. They're projecting their own bullshit onto you. They don't know how to heal themselves. They don't know how to be successful for themselves. And when people are unhappy with themselves, they usually tend to try and bring you down. But you are being guided here. And I feel like you're going to have excitement. Okay. If you've been feeling, and get the back card, take care, enemies are working against you. Exactly. There's some sort of opportunity or some sort of doorway that's going to be opening for you. That's really going to be exciting. You're going to be able to see things from a different perspective. And as soon as you walk through that doorway, it's going to be a huge karmic shift. You're going to be completing a cycle. It's going to be a change for the better also, but you're being guided. Spirit is telling you exactly what you need to know, exactly what you need to do, whether you listen to that or not, or whether you listen to the people around you. That's up to you. Okay, one more, and then we will move on to, I don't know if I want to do money or love next. Probably money. Let's do money. More general message for Taurus. Oops, it fell on the floor. My chair was on it. Okay. Holy shit, you are enough. Okay, so this is... all right, this is about you knowing... This is about you knowing... Okay. I just heard insufficient. So you know how when you run your card, and if you don't have like your debit card and you don't have money in your bank account, it'll say like decline for insufficient funds. I feel like you've been the declined, you've been rejected. You've been rejected by people, and I feel like that made you feel insufficient. It made you feel deficient. Okay. But the thing is, the rejection that is coming from these people outside of you, that is a projection of how they feel about themselves. They reject themselves. Okay, Taurus, you have got to get solid within yourself and stable and grounded within yourself, because you have allowed this rejection that you've experienced. This might even be some sort of child abuse that you experienced as a kid. Okay. Maybe you had parents that were just abusive and negative. Okay. Tyrannical, abusive, emotionally abusive. And I think you're starting to see now how that has kept you stagnant. Because whenever you tell a child that they're not enough, that they're this, they're that, they're not enough, they're never good enough, they're going to grow up thinking that that's true. You know, you develop your truths and you have all of your mental programming set in place by the time you're 7 years old. So maybe child abuse or some form of neglect. You said this feels like a personal reading for you. Oh my goodness. Maybe some sort of child abuse or neglect or something like that has caused you to feel like you are deficient overall, Taurus. Okay. And that is not true. That is not true in any way, shape, or form. That is because generally parents have their own programs and everything that they are operating from. They have their own wounding they're operating from, and generally parents will tend to project that onto their children. Okay. So this says, what would happen if you let yourself drop all the reasons you've made up about why you're not good enough? What if you tried it just for today? You can always go back to believing you're not enough tomorrow, but you may find you like the way it feels to like yourself, like really, really like yourself. Kind of nice, right? And this is, you know, this is all about you connecting with you. I feel like you could benefit from taking some time out and not allowing yourself to be so clouded by everything outside of you. Be the eye of the storm, Taurus. Remember, be the eye of the storm. Be your own peace. Okay. Let's see. Let's do love. Okay. Let's move on to love. Love reading for Taurus. Holy shit! It's almost at an hour. Let's start with singles. Okay, so singles, we have forgiveness. Taurus singles. Overall, we have forgiveness. Okay. On this here, it says, I forgive myself. I am forgiven. Okay. Number 14, breaking down to a 5. Sexual freedom, number 30 at the bottom of the deck. Some of you guys, I don't know if you were programmed to believe that that the amount of people that you slept with, or some sort of like belief surrounding sex, okay, that the amount of people that your body count or something has something to do with your self-worth and your self-esteem. Like that's not true. That's not true at all. I mean, if I can stand here and say I have a healthy relationship after everything that I've been through, I mean, I just completely bore it all and opened up to y'all earlier about my past, Okay. I see someone coming towards you. Energies, please, for Taurus singles. This could be someone you work with. I feel like someone you work with, or someone that you have finances intertwined with, okay, if that makes sense, might make a move towards you. Coming towards Taurus, please, Taurus singles. Yeah, and you got to figure out what you want to do with this point. I feel like you might be looking at your ex's social media or something like that. I don't know, thinking about them, missing them, beefing up your dating profile or whatever this may be. But I feel like you're going to have to, some of you have multiple options here, Taurus. Someone's definitely coming towards you, though. Somebody wants to make some sort of romantic gesture towards you. Future energies, please, for Taurus singles. These cards are hard. They're heart-shaped. Yeah, it says, don't make decisions based on guilt or what you think you should do, for it is only in being true to yourself that you can be true to others. This whole reading has the exact same theme. You got multiple options here, Taurus. Are you going to pick the partner that, your family would approve of? Are you going to pick the partner that everyone else thinks, or that you think you should choose? Or are you going to go with your gut? Are you going to go with who you really, really think? Okay. Who you really feel like you could vibe with, the person that you really feel like you could see yourself with. Somebody here might be making some sort of advancement towards you. And I feel like some of you guys are like cringed. Like some of you guys just feel cringy about this person coming your way. Don't make a decision out of loneliness, okay? Some of you guys are learning to have better boundaries. Some of you guys I feel like are also learning not to let people in that are manipulative, that are deceptive and manipulative, just because of loneliness, or because you're so many, age old or whatever. I'm this many years old and I should have like a fucking marriage or something like that. Like, fuck what everyone else thinks. This is a very informative reading. Well, thank you. Why is there a crossroads? Yeah, because there's depression or unhappiness. This is a card. All the 9s talk about the self. So if you're not happy with yourself, just be mindful before you get in a relationship, because that doesn't mean that another person will make you happy, which I know that you know that. Okay. But you feel stuck. I feel like someone here, yeah, so you might be holding a grudge. Someone's coming forward with an offer. They're messaging you, either messaging you, reaching out on social media. This could be a water sign. But I don't feel like you're going to hold back at all. Okay, some of you are going to tell this person just exactly how you feel. There's someone here that, I don't know if this person like, I don't know. There's something here about this person that's really cringy. And I feel like you're going to tell them off. And this person's going to feel like it takes them down a few notches. And they're not going to be very happy about that. Okay. If you're thinking about this if they give you some sort of cringiness or something like that, if you don't feel 100% right about it, don't let your guard down and lower your standards for this person. Just because of loneliness. Like, that's what I'm getting. I see Leo here twice. Okay. Some of you, this ex is a Leo. Okay. I don't know who this is for, but there's somebody here who has a restraining order, and I see someone who you have a restraining. This is not for everybody. Someone has a restraining order on someone else, and they're going to show up at your fucking house. If you have a restraining order on someone, they're going to show up at your house. Just be mindful of that. I don't know where the fuck that came from. But this is an ex. This is somebody who was very toxic and controlling and try to control you with either money or the things that they would do for you. Like, they would do things and then they would like try to hold it against you. This person might pop up. This person might pop up at your house or something like that. Yeah, if you're dealing with a Leo, this person is lonely. This person is lonely, and I feel like they're coming back with some sort of gesture of love because they're depressed. So make sure you see right through the illusion of this person, though. Okay, so make sure you stand in your power. Okay, and have clear boundaries for this person, and make sure that you they better come correct and take responsibility. Right, for the way that they did things. That's where this forgiveness comes in. And you might hear what they have to say, and forgive them. They might be coming in with an apology too with this Page of Cups here. But I think on some level, Taurus, I feel like some of y'all might just want to be focusing on your money anyway. I think that this person, it's not good to fuck with this person, and you want to let them go. Yeah, you might feel like you get some closure getting some shit off your chest, but you may not want to accept. You said, he's just horny. Yeah. You may not want to accept this person's love bombing. I feel like they might pop up at your house and try to love bomb you or something like that to try to get you to let your guard down. But you see through the illusion of this person. You might accept their apology and be like, okay, I forgive you or whatever. But it's up to you if you want to let this person back in or not. What happens if you let them back in? What happens if Taurus lets them back in? They won't fight for this relationship. They're emotionally distant anyway. You're dealing with someone who's emotionally unavailable, okay? Yeah, it's only going to end up being a stressful situation for you. It's like they'll leave you waiting. Like, if this person went on and did their own thing and went out and was running the streets and shit like that, they'll be doing the exact same thing. They're going to cross the boundaries that you set. There's something here about boundaries that you need to have better boundaries with this person. A male Karen. Oh my God. Yeah, this person's just drunk. They're showing up and they're drunk. And probably, like Mary J said, horny. I'm not seeing anything genuine from this person. Just this person's going to try and come in and apologize and be like, oh, I want to get married and you're the one for me and blah, blah, blah. But this person's going to try and make you feel guilty if you don't. It's almost like they're going to try and guilt trip you if you don't let them come inside and like, but this person just has an attachment to you. This person is codependent and they get some sort of emotional fix from you and then they're on their way. So this person showers you with affection. Yeah, this is an ex. Just be mindful of that person, okay? Okay. Let me do this and then we'll do couples. 14. Okay, 14. When you forgive yourself, forgiveness, when you forgive yourself and others, you create more space for light and love to flow in. The quickest and simplest way to reconnect with your greater sense of personal worth and let more love into your life is to forgive yourself completely. You don't even have to know what you're forgiving yourself for. The angels understand that feeling guilty about a whole array of things has been an ongoing part of our lives, and now they say it's time to let that go. The strange thing about guilt is that you carry it without even realizing it, and it is often about trivial or long forgotten events. As you repeat the mantra below, the vibration of these beautiful words will flow through you. Forgiveness is synonymous with love, acceptance, nurturing, and spiritual maturity because in reality, none of these energies are separate from one another. They all work together. The uplifting vibration gently and gradually dissolves all the guilt and self-blame you might have stored in your physical cells, your chakras, and your energy field or aura. Letting go of these old energies is a relief, and as this darkness disappears, it creates space for more light. Let me turn the page. More light and love to flow in. So the more you use this mantra, the lighter and brighter you will feel. Literally. Most people think that forgiveness is about forgiving someone else, but when you start with self-forgiveness, you quickly feel more lovable and find it much easier to accept others and forgive willingly when you need to. This creates space in your life for more joy and deeper personal connections. The forgiveness mantra is, I forgive myself, I forgive myself, I forgive myself, I am forgiven. Yeah, so I feel like whether you realize it or not, you've been carrying some guilt around based on how maybe you should have trusted your intuition and you should have known better for this person, okay? And you're thinking like, shit, maybe why did I let this person walk all over me and then they come back? This person's going to come back and try you again, okay? So just be mindful of that, and you can forgive yourself for that, and you can forgive this person, all right? I feel like this person, someone is going to come back and try to, yeah, I'm going live after this reading. Yeah, somebody's going to come back and try to offer you something with money or control you with money or something like that, or try to guilt trip you about like, I did this, I gave you money for this and this and that, and like make you feel like you owe them or something. And like Spirit is wanting you to let that go because you don't owe them shit. So just be mindful of that. Okay, let's move on to Taurus couples or Taurans who are dealing with somebody. Overall energy for Taurus couples, please. Can I just get one? Like, Taurus couples, just one, please. Just one. Okay, we have abundance. Number 1. Taurus couples, we have abundance. And reparenting yourself. Beautiful. I feel like in this, like, I'm feeling like there are aspects of the healing work that you need to do, Taurus, within yourself that are being reflected back to you from your partner. Okay, so this relationship is acting as a mirror for you. Okay. Energy. Ooh. And future energy. Oh, shit. Some of y'all could be getting married, or some of y'all are going to have a conversation where you're going to decide that that's what you really want. to get married to this person. Well, congratulations, Taurus. No worries, Mary J. You're good. Happy healing, babe. Listen to your body. If you gotta go, you gotta go. Recovering from surgery is hard. I know the meds after my surgery fucked my ass up. I'm not used to taking shit like that. Okay, current energy, please, for my Taurus couples. Future energy, please, for my Taurus couples. You guys are headed for a new beginning. Okay. I feel like you guys are going to be communicating about this. If you've gone through a hard time recently, Taurus couples, if you've gone through something really difficult lately, I feel like you guys have been rekindling the passion, opening your hearts up to each other. I feel like there's been a massive forgiveness and surrender between the two of you, because you guys, like I said, they're like, whenever you have mirroring earlier, like I was saying, between you and another individual that you're in a romantic relationship with, it can get extremely difficult because it's very triggering. So I feel like however you guys triggered each other, whatever the wounding was, okay, you guys are forgiving and learning. All right. And reparenting yourself was at the bottom of the deck. And we have the forgiving and learning in your present energy. And it says, as you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moments. Okay. All right. Okay, so we have this card here in your present energy. Beware of what you're projecting, for the qualities you admire in one another are qualities you both possess. Equally so, the qualities you don't like are also your own reflection. That's that mirroring, like I was saying. So I picked that up for sure. I think you guys are letting go of a lot of the pain and getting back to the connection, the magnetic attraction that you have, and the passion and the joy that you guys remind each other of, okay, presently. So let me just give you an example of like mirroring. So me and my husband, like, we went through a thing where we had a disagreement about something, okay? And what we went through triggered within me, like, I had felt rejected by him in a way. I'm not going to get too far into details, but I had felt rejected by him and it caused a lot of pain. But in that pain, I became aware of a mental program from my childhood, right? That basically was instilled in me from the time I was like 3 or 4 years old, that told me that I had to change myself to please everyone else. Okay. And so for me, when I got hurt and I felt rejected, I immediately went into that program of how can I change me to better suit him? Right. And so what happened was I ended up catching that and recognizing that and healing that out within myself. Okay. And for him, he ended up healing out his own programs because I had the need to heal that program of me needing to change myself to make him happy, to feel accepted by him and not feel rejected, which kind of goes along with the whole thing about your reading anyway. And he reflected that back to me. I ended up manifesting through quantum law of attraction a situation that was quite the bitch slap. Okay. From him, right? That caused me to feel like that triggered that program. So I was able to heal that, right? I projected that energy outward, and then that was reflected back to me based on his actions and what he said and did. So then, but he took responsibility for that. Like this energy that I'm picking up on, though, he took responsibility for what he did wrong. He understands the programs that he had come up from his childhood that he needed to heal. I did the same thing. That's the type of energy that I'm feeling. You guys may have triggered the shit out of each other and probably had some really good makeup sex, okay? And then came back to one another after forgiving and self-reflecting. And now you're headed towards taking the relationship to a new level. Some of you guys, if you're married, you're working on the marriage. If you're not married, Taurus couples, you're discussing marriage, okay, with this heart-to-heart heart-to-heart conversations. Okay. So this one says romance, Cupid's arrow strikes, and then you have new love. I feel like you guys are flirty. You're back to like being flirty with each other with text messages and stuff like that again. If you weren't for a while, there's a newness to this relationship that will come. Okay. Because of all of this bullshit that you guys have been through. This is a type of couple that I'm picking up on here where the two of you are so self-aware, all right, that you are able to notice when one or both of you are acting less than love, when you're out of alignment with your higher selves or true love. You guys can excuse yourselves, heal yourselves, and come back together to reunite together and talk it out with this heart-to-heart conversations card. This is a beautiful, beautiful fucking thing. You guys are going to be having a period of moving on where you kind of get back to like the flirtiness and stuff like that. And you're going to let go. Yeah, you're going to be dissolving conflict, okay? Letting things go and forgiving. And out of that is going to come abundance, because the two of you guys are focusing on the lessons that you need to learn. Yeah, healing. Yes, so this is a healing relationship. This is like, I would definitely say this is a soulmate relationship. The worst part of this is over. There's been a lot of pain on both sides, but I feel like you guys are really able to let this go. Yeah, there's been a conquering of the ego here. There's been a conquering and of the ego. Yeah. Wherever you weren't able to find common ground, I feel like the scales are going to be evened out here with the Justice card. Okay, some of you guys, this has to do with someone cheating. Okay, don't freak out and think that it's. Don't think it's you. If you don't know that this happened in the past already, if you don't know I'm talking to you, and you're like, oh my God, is that me? Is that me? No, you're gonna know if I'm talking to you. Someone here, there's been cheating in the past, okay? And you guys are recovering from that. And that is one of the hardest fucking things to do, to recover from that. It can be done. It can be done. But I feel like this person severed ties from this other individual completely and is choosing to work it out with you. Is actually choosing to, I feel like that if things got boring or something like that in the marriage, I feel like this person is realizing why they did what they did, and they're doing whatever they can to make this right. Because, like, yeah, they're working on their marriage. It's a reunion, okay? Finding the stability within the marriage again, 2 4s, okay? And getting out of that complacent, apathetic energy and putting effort into, like, the grass is going to be green where you water it type shit. This is really, really good. Okay, so I'm going to read this. Abundance. Use your existing abundance to create beautiful things in your life, and you will be rewarded in more ways than you can imagine. Are you living an abundant life? If so, how do you measure abundance? You have drawn this card today because your angels and guides would like to remind you that abundance is so much more than how much cash you have. Financial abundance, which is often the cause of immense stress for individuals and couples, is only a small part of the overall picture. True abundance encompasses every area of your life. Good health is a major source of abundance, so looking after your health rather than seeking treatment once you are ill must be a priority. Close friendships are also vital to an abundant life. One supportive and loving friend who you can talk to about anything is worth 1,000 acquaintances. A positive attitude and the ability to learn and grow throughout life are a part of an abundant way of being, because more than anyone else, abundance is a state of mind and ultimately a choice. Loving and being loved will definitely make you feel more abundant if you are longing to meet your soulmate. It's your willingness to appreciate, acknowledge, and accept yourself that allows you to feel more abundant and will help you manifest a partner. In a relationship, your abundance of health, friendships, and mindset will bring joy to your partnership as well as more love. Naturally, you are right to create a healthy level of material abundance too. There's nothing wrong with being comfortable, so as long as you keep your pursuit of the material in perspective, consider whether you want to discuss your salary and bank balance on a first date, or whether you would rather talk about the wonderful hobbies, friendships, friends, and attitudes that make your life rich. Do you want your relationship to focus primarily on money or property, or would you like the focus to be on fun, intimacy, and mutual support? Remember, to be abundant in the full sense of the word means to be fascinating, lovable, creative, and resourceful. You guys are taking, Taurus couples, you guys are taking everything that you've been through and you're being resourceful with it. You guys are really alchemizing all of the hardship energies that you've been through and turning that pain into passion together, which is a beautiful thing. Okay. Okay. That's beautiful. All right. Let's move on to finances, Taurus. Move on to finances. And then we will close it out, and I will do the yes or no question. Okay, let me take a drink of the San Pellegrino. All right. Sorry if you hear my baby. He's taking a late bath. Okay. Please tell me about the finances and career and money situation of my Tauruses. And now he's screaming. Okay. My husband was rinsing his head. He doesn't like his head to be rinsed. All right. Please for my Taurus. Present. Okay. Future energies for my Tauruses, please. Future energies for my Tauruses. Okay. First and foremost, Spirit wants you to, Spirit wants to ask if you're managing your time wisely. Take a look at how you're managing your time when it comes to your money, okay? If you feel like you have the ability to stretch time. You have the ability to stretch time. It's just time is money. You know what I mean? How are you using your time? Is it energy, please, for Taurus? So some of you guys could have some sort of fluctuating income, and you are making it work. Okay, you're overcoming these obstacles. A lot of these obstacles that I was picking up on in the beginning could easily be financial obstacles. Okay. Let's get a few more little general messages here, and then we will clarify. One more. Oop. I hear neighbors outside. Okay. I think people are fighting outside. Okay. All right, Taurus. So you're focusing on saving right now, currently. I feel like you're reconstructing your finances, or some of you could be doing some sort of construction on your house or something like that. All right, with this reconstruction phase. Okay. And that could be you're saving to do some sort of remodeling on your home or something like that. I feel like you could be indecisive about something that you need to do for your work. Like some of you guys could be doing some sort of seasonal job. Somebody mows lawns here, I'm seeing. You're thinking about making the choice to change your job because you feel like that would be the best idea, either that or to start your own business. I do see that if your money has been kind of up and down, I do see that like you're going to have some sort of, if it's been fluctuating, you're going to have some sort of progress that's going to be made to put you over the top. But it's about managing your time wisely, okay? Especially someone here, I feel like you're being influenced by others around you, okay? You're being influenced by others around you about what they think you should do. You need to listen to your own intuition here. And that's the theme throughout your whole entire reading. Some of you guys are going to be getting somebody here is going to be getting a promotion, especially if you're in a construction company. I do see you getting a promotion here. You're going to get this promotion because you chose to do something in a way that, I mean, I feel like other people weren't expecting you to do. I see you taking a risk with your money in the near future. Some of you guys are signing some sort of contract. And this is going to be a change that you're going to make all of a sudden. Somebody here is going to be pulling out a short-term loan if you're applying for some sort of loan. I do see you getting approved for that. If you're pulling out a loan so that you can start a business, somebody, I see you signing a contract for a workspace. Someone here is in the designing field, okay? You're do something with art and design, or you're an interior designer or organizer. I'm getting someone doing something with organizing. I do see that you are going to take a risk on doing something in the near future that is more fun for you, that brings in wealth for you. Okay. I do see that that's something that you're going to be, whenever you finish this project or whatever that is fun for you, it's something artsy. Okay. You're going to be surprised at how much money you can actually bring in from this. It's going to leave you, it's going to be you're going to be very proud of what you accomplished. Okay. If someone here, you're going to be getting money from something that you did in the past. Okay. All right. So they want you to take action. If you've been at a standstill right now, they want you to work out a strategy on how you're going to reach your goals. Because I feel like, but that's after a period of grounding. Some of you guys are going to school or getting some sort of certifications. I see someone working online. Okay. To get some sort of certifications. Some of you guys are learning here how to manage the finances of the business that you own, okay? How to write your own paychecks and things like that. Tax documents, make sure that you keep everything like pay stubs, tax information, invoices, things like that. It's going to be really important for you with managing your money. Yeah, Spirit wants to make sure that whenever you get this new money or you pay yourself, that you're doing everything like you're keeping track of all the paperwork. Okay. That's really going to be important. You want to keep detailed records. Someone here is some sort of producer or makes music or films, or there's some sort of work of art here, something artistic. Maybe you're a film editor or something like that. Okay. Yeah. Either way, they want you to build a savings. There's something coming up that might be some sort of unexpected expense. I applied for a loan to start a shoe shop for ladies who wear size 10 and up. Okay. Yeah. So I definitely see that if you're applying for some sort of short-term loan, you're definitely taking a risk here. Let me see. I'm not going to go for it. Okay. The first time you apply for that loan, you may not get approved for it. Okay. Just don't give up, because, you know, if you're giving up, yeah, that it'll come back around. You'll be able, there's something about it. It could be the timing or something. Yeah. So you're going to end up getting approved for it, but you're going to have to apply for it later on. It's pending. Yeah. What is this contract disputes? Yeah, see, divine timing. What is contract disputes, please? Yeah, there's something that you're wanting to get out of, okay? I see you getting out of this. If you're trying to get out of a contract or something like that, like if you agreed to, if this has to do with a job, sometimes, you know, like the military has contracts and stuff like that. I see you getting out of this successfully. You will get out of this contract successfully, which you might end up getting some sort. I see someone. Okay, if you're ending a job or something like that, you're getting it like a severance package or something, which will be very helpful. Some of you guys, like I said, you might apply for a loan in one place and you won't get approved for it, but then eventually that loan will come through. So this is like financial help. If you've been wanting financial help or seeking some sort of assistance or something, somebody here applied for government assistance and you got denied the first time. You got denied the first time, but what is that called? When you file for an appeal, you're going to have to file for an appeal, and I see that it will be approved. Okay. Others of you, this is child support. I feel like whoever is waiting on child support to come through, I do see that person is going to be picked up. There's somebody who's like they're going to be picked up and put in jail for not paying their child support. So, I mean, if that's you and you haven't been paying your child support, I mean, you might want to like call them and tell them the situation or something. But either way, if you're waiting on child support to come through and you're the custodial parent who gets the child support payments, you will get the help. This person will get picked up. They will get bailed out and then they will have to pay. They're going to end up paying. Yeah, this person doesn't want to meet you halfway with the money. They will. They're telling you that they don't have the money, but they fucking do. Once they get their fucking ass thrown in jail for it, they'll fucking pay it. That's so stupid. Like, why not just, yeah, this is, okay, I'm picking up on a father energy, and it could be females too, okay? That is a masculine energy, but generally this is the father. But this is an energy of somebody who's like an absent father or an absent parent who doesn't fucking take care of their responsibilities, okay? They act like they're like, I don't have nothing, but they spending their money, you know, on a bunch of dumb shit. Their decisions that they're making are not responsible. But I do see a spirit's going to come to your aid with that. Especially if they are extremely childish and go back on the agreement that was made. So you might want to get it in writing or something. This is why I would say go through the fucking child support office, because if you go through the fucking government, then they can actually be thrown in jail for not paying. If you just make a verbal agreement or something like that, this person's going to go back on it. Make sure if you have an agreement that someone's going to loan you money or you're going to be doing something like that, make sure everything's on paper. You have some sort of paperwork. Even if you don't exactly know what you're doing, like consult someone else for help. I feel like you have the protection of spirit right now on this, okay? Somebody here is applying for, like I'm saying, like you're getting some sort of certification or something like that. You're going to school for something and it's really difficult. You're having a hard time with the timing. The timing that you're spending on everything else between the job that you work, whatever, it can really feel really difficult to keep up with everything. But I do see that you're going to be able to manage it. Your love life may take a toll. It may take a toll on your love life, but I do see someone here is a single mom. I'm getting single mom energy. Okay. Like you pay the bills. You are a wonderful mom to your children. But you're not emotionally available to anyone else right now. I'm seeing, or you want to be, but I don't think you are. Maybe you realize that you aren't or something like that, because of all the stress that you have going on with your money. But I do see that will even out. Okay. It's just about time management. Maybe you have to do the responsible thing and you don't want somebody feeling like they're competing for your time. There's going to be some sort of letter or something that comes in regarding housing also that I'm seeing. Okay. Yeah, you've been waiting for this. You've been waiting for this and it's coming in. Everything's going to fall into place with this as soon as this news comes in. This is some sort of assistance or like housing. Yeah. Whoa, shit. Oh. Yeah, you're going to be really happy with this. This is some sort of gift or assistance or support. Some of y'all, this is a support with children or child support. Okay. I do see though, how's this taking or it's going to go? One more thing. Yeah, I do see that if you're feeling like taking a risk, okay, whatever this is that you want to start, I do see that this is something that's divinely aligned for you. You may have to be patient for it to come through. Whatever this risk is that you're trying to take with your money, if it's an investment or something that you're trying to do, I do see it's going to come through for you. You're going to be really happy with the outcome. I just want you to make sure that you're patient, because I feel like it's going to change suddenly, okay? It's going to change suddenly. Some of y'all are working a temp job. And there's someone who, if you're working a temp job, there's an opportunity that's available to you that's going to make you really happy, but you might be able to get on permanent somewhere or something like that. You just need to ask. If you're not asking, then they're never going to tell you. Okay, they might give the opportunity to someone else. So I would say make sure that you're asking for a permanent, if you're like a temp worker or something like that. Like when I was in the apartment industry, yeah, someone else might try to take that away from you if you're not asking, or they'll give it to someone else. Okay. When I was in the apartment industry, I used to work for the staffing agencies, but I also was working. Okay. So I worked at a staffing agency, but I also worked temp apartment jobs. I used to be an apartment leasing consultant. So I used to show the apartments and stuff like that. And so whenever I would want something more permanent, I would have to call them like every like 2 or 3 times a week and ask them. So if you're not inquiring and you're not getting the information about it and looking at your options and telling them that you're open to the options, then you're not going to get it. You have to advocate for yourself with this, whatever this is. So if you're working like a temp job or something like that. Okay. Okay. Somebody here is a counselor. Oh, shit. Okay. Someone here's going to win money off, like, what are those things? Like scratch-offs? Somebody here's going to win money off of, like, a scratch-off or something like that. So, but don't go out and, like, buy a bunch of them and waste all your money on it. You know what I'm saying? But, like, if you feel it, and you want to take that risk with the scratch off, like that could be like for one fucking person. I shouldn't even fucking said that, because somebody's gonna be like, bitch, you said. But yeah, I just picked that up. Somebody's gonna win money off a scratcher or something like that. Okay. Yeah, but I see you taking risks. I see that saving your money is gonna be really important right now. Okay. If you have any type of contract dispute out or something like that, and you can't get an attorney, I definitely see that just you reading and getting some more information on it yourself will be just fine. You might have to start over or save up or something like that. Someone works in healthcare. But I do see you're going to have an opportunity come your way that you're going to take a risk on. Just exercise your best judgment, okay? Make sure you're grounded before you make this decision. And you'll know when to take action. If you're getting some sort of certifications or something like that, I don't know, someone's getting some sort of like healer or counselor, like you're taking some, I don't know if you're taking like a Reiki course or something, but that's definitely within your life purpose also. Yeah. Okay. Let's pull, let's do that for the, that's it for the finances and whatever. I can't even talk. Finance, whatever the fuck. Y'all know what I'm talking about. That's it for that part. Okay. I'm about to do the yes or no question with the Book of Answers, but I'm going to pull this. It's just little messages from Spirit Oracle. It's like a little teeny tiny oracle. So I'm going to do the messages from Spirit, and then we'll close it out with a yes or no question from the Book of Answers. So think of your yes or no question. Okay. You fear change. You are braver than you believe yourself to be. Eliminate the fear and start moving forward. Okay, so are you fearing change, Taurus? Money should be flowing to you a lot easier, but you need to have a better relationship with money first. Yeah, study that quantum law of attraction, okay? Look up those interviews with Dr. Joe Dispenza. Like, he talks about his stuff that he teaches in his books, in his interviews. If you don't want to read the books, oh my God, please fucking focus. Money is an energy, okay? In all honesty, y'all, when I started doing those free readings, I'm about to go live here in just a second. I'm about to take like a pee break and shit, and then I'm gonna be back and go live for free questions, so y'all can just ask me your free questions. Whenever I started giving more things away, when I started doing more things for free for people, like doing within reason, okay, giving people, like helping out people for free, just giving things away, not being so close-fisted with things, like people just send me money. Like, I have people that you know, they book readings with me or whatever, and like they tip me like way more than they were supposed to. I have people that just, they see my readings on YouTube and then they send me a fucking donation, you know, for me doing the free readings on YouTube. Like, I started getting a lot more abundance given to me whenever I wasn't, like, if I was sitting here and my mindset was like, no, I'll never make any money if I'm doing everything for free and I can't give it. No. It's all about your mindset. Okay. Like, I don't sit there and have thoughts of like worrying about the next time I'm going to be able to pay for something. Like, I make more money now than I ever fucking have, and I work less. I work way less. So, it's just, money is an energy. So how is your relationship to money? You know, do you constantly hold on to it because fear of spending it? Right. You know, try to get some affirmations for money or whatever to try to help you with that. Okay. So the Book of Answers, let's go ahead and get you a yes or no question. Yes or no question from the Book of Answers. Hope you have your question. Okay. Okay. Whatever your question was, it says related issues may surface. Related issues may surface. Okay. So that's what I have for you, Taurus. I hope that this helped you. And if you know somebody else who can benefit from this reading, please don't hesitate to share it. Please like, comment, and subscribe if you want to. You ain't got to if you don't want to. But I'd greatly appreciate that. And many blessings to you. Until next time. Bye.